What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are having a great day. Yesterday was a day that we have been highly anticipating for a really long time because we had the first two episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi drop. This is a show we've been waiting for a long time, so I wanted to give you guys my spoiler review for the first two episodes of Kenobi. So if you haven't seen it yet, go and watch those two episodes first and then come back and watch this review. Let me know what you guys thought about it. And we're just going to jump on into it. I absolutely loved both of these episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi. And when I was watching it, I actually thought I was a little bit worried because I thought that there were going to be a lot of people that really didn't like it just because of where we find Obi-Wan at this point. And I thought it was very true to what he would be. We find him in kind of a lost point almost. He hasn't been using the Force. Now, he hasn't cut himself off from it like what Luke did in The Last Jedi, but he hasn't been using it. He's been laying low. He's not helping people. He's not doing any of those things that we are character traits that we normally would identify with Obi-Wan. They're not a part of his life anymore. He is just trying to live as much of a normal life as possible. He's staying hidden. He's staying in the shadows because his main mission is just making sure that Luke stays safe. But I really like where we find Obi-Wan. I like the brokenness that he has in his character right now. I enjoyed that. I also really liked the Inquisitor, and I wasn't really sure how that was going to play out with having him in there. I was really excited to see the Grand Inquisitor, but we see him. We see several other of the Inquisitors. Obviously, I was very floored and very shocked whenever it looked like the Grand Inquisitor is now dead, killed by the third sister. I don't know exactly within the timeline because, of course, the Grand Inquisitor played a big role in Rebels, so this is 10 years later. I'm not really sure how that's going to work. Maybe he's not actually dead, so I'm really not sure about that. And then I wanted to bring up Leia, too, young Leia. We see her in the second episode, and I really like that they actually brought her character into this because we're used to, when we think of Obi-Wan, we automatically think of Luke and him protecting Luke. So I thought it was really interesting that now we got to see interaction between him actually caring about Leia and everything too, because that's not really something that we think about very often, or at least I don't whenever that I think of Obi-Wan. And I thought the interactions between the two of them were really good. I actually really liked how they portrayed Leia. I thought it very much felt like, okay, this is Padme's daughter, just kind of the impulsiveness, the brashness, and it felt true to her character for what we see her come into with episode 4 and just kind of how she is. So I enjoyed that. And then, of course, at the very end of episode 2, we see a little bit of a reveal of Vader, obviously in the tank, and that was probably the coolest thing to me was Obi-Wan's reaction. Out of both episodes, the thing that hit me the hardest was Obi-Wan's reaction to hearing that Vader is alive, because that's always something that I've wondered about. Does the entire time that Obi-Wan is on Tatoinne, does he know that Vader is alive? When does he find out that he's actually alive? Because if you're just going off of Revenge of the Sith, he leaves him not wanting to actually watch him die, and I'm sure thinking that he did die. So this series confirms for us that, yes, he did actually think that Vader was dead, and just the trauma that goes into that of, in another sense, feeling like he yet again failed 10 years ago, not being able to finish what he started. I loved it. I loved his character. I love where we see him again. I was worried that maybe some of the fans might say, well, this isn't true to character. A little bit of the backlash that we got whenever that we saw how Luke acted in episode 8. I thought we might see a little bit of that too here, where fans would be like, no, this isn't my Obi-Wan. This isn't how Obi-Wan should act. He would actually help people. He would help this young Jedi, all those things like that. But just picking up with episode 1, obviously they start off with the recap, and we see the really good interactions between Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor, Anakin and Obi-Wan. Just uh, some of the best parts of the prequels. And I know there are some people that just really don't care for them. I really enjoy Revenge of the Sith. It's one of my favorite of the Star Wars movies. Although I do know the prequels, they definitely have their problems. They do. And then just picking up with Obi-Wan again, just I loved the aspect of him trying to live as much of a normal life, and where the Inquisitors are talking about Jedi just can't help themselves. And we do see that that is true, because he does take on this responsibility of going to find Leia and choosing to help her. And I really loved that they did that. And because we saw in the trailer that there were going to be scenes off world, and we all were wondering, how is he going to get off world? What's going to take him off world, take him away from Tatooine? Well, now we know he's going after Leia. He's trying to help her. I think this is a great start to the series, and I really can't wait to see where we go from here. I love the character arcs, where everybody is, where things are going. I also really like seeing Anakin's lightsaber in the box with his lightsaber, him just going to pick that back up. There was so much good in these first 2 episodes, and I think we're going to get some really, really epic stuff coming in this series. But anyways, guys, those are my thoughts on it. I really, really enjoyed it. Can't wait to see where we go. We've only got 4 more episodes, so I think every one of them is going to be rich and packed with good stuff, just like this one was. But let me know down in the comments section, what did you guys think about the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan? Are you as excited as I am for the rest of this series? Let me know down in the comments, and until next time, guys, keep geeking out. I think one thing that you have to remember going into this series, too, is that this is a darker, sadder time in the Star Wars universe. Like Obi-Wan said to this young Jedi, it's over, we lost. And that is that mindset that he is having right now of just really trying to survive. There's a reason why episode 4 is called A New Hope. At that point, there is hope. Hope is rekindled at that point. So we're in a period right now where that there is very little hope, especially for the Jedi. The way that they are now being betrayed, even being hunted by people, like he said, people that at one time were Jedi that used to... So even people that he may very well know. And that was another interesting thing, too. I know I'm going all over the place, but seeing that little bit from Order 66 and the attack on the Jedi Temple, that was really interesting, seeing all that. Seeing them do kind of a martial arts, that was really cool to me, too, because that's something new that we haven't really seen. But I really, really enjoyed both of these episodes. I thought episode 1 was absolutely fantastic. I thought episode 2 was great. This is a wonderful, wonderful start to this series that I have really, really been looking forward to. So I'm very, very happy with what we got in these first 2 episodes.